most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
I'm Robbie Johnson. I'm 26 years old.
I'm Valerie Johnson, and I'm 24 years old.
And we are Napa customers. This is my 89 Ford Bronco.
This is my 68 Ford Mustang. She's my baby, and I don't let him drive it.
Nope, she doesn't. At Napa, we buy fluids, brakes, batteries,
oil filters, wipers, brake lights. I buy it all at Napa.
Let's show them the motorcycles. I don't think people are aware of the basics Napa carries for motorcycles. Spark plugs, fluids, batteries.
Napa's the one.
My name's Ron Robertson. I've been a Napa customer for about 40 years. Most of the things that I do are oil and air filter changes. Your engine's going to last a lot longer if you do the maintenance on it. This is my wife's 91 Cougar. This is our 98 Honda, 144,000 miles on it. This is our yard tractor. We've had it about 10, 12 years. I've always had good success with Napa products. They always have the parts that I need. Napa's the one. They got the good stuff.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Calling all Knights fans, Royal City's newest restaurant, Guard Public House, invites you to come on in for great locally sourced, scratch-made food with everything from burgers to pizzas, salads, steaks, and more. Open daily at 11 a.m. for lunch and serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday evenings. Located 1 block south of Harvest Foods. Happy eating!
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto. A trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
Get the best and let them do their thing. That's what the Knight football team and Roots Full Service Salon have in common. Whether you're building up a state championship team or creating a style that your client wants, it takes time, knowledge, and personality. All of our qualified stylists at Roots are committed to making you look and feel your very best. We offer an extensive hair menu, teeth whitening, spray tanning, customized facials, sugaring, waxing, barbering, lash extensions, Botox, filler, and nails. We can do it all. So come in, tell us your vision, and we guarantee you'll go home smelling much better than the Royal Knights football players do.
No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you achieve their goals on each acre. Start with a strong foundation with Invictus Seed Solutions. Protect your seed investment with Invictus Crop Care products, and drive your yield potential with Invictus Bioscience products. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot Crop Advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions, in your fields and by your side.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights. Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out. Or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number one in the number two business.
Subway has so much new, I couldn't fit it all in the last ad.
Yep. So let me finish this. There's new hickory smoked bacon, fresh mozzarella, smashed avocado. You know what? There's a lot. But it all makes a better footlong.
Can I get a word in?
Sure. Take the tagline.
Because you got to refresh to be fresh.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway. And they're refreshing everything from how they make it to how they bake it to how they bring it to you.
This new Turkey Cali Fresh is incredible. Do you even eat bread? Steph, it's a commercial.
Royal Premix Concrete is a proud supporter of our Royal Knights. Please give us a call at 509-346-9202. We're happy to help you with all your concrete delivery needs. Business, agricultural, residential, no job is too big or too small. We cover the entire Columbia Basin. Our front discharge trucks save you time, money, and manpower. We're one of the only concrete companies in the area that offer these trucks. Next time you need some concrete delivered to your location, please call us at 509-346-9202. You'll be glad you did. Locally owned and operated, Royal Premix Concrete wishes good luck tonight to all of our athletes.
Welcome to David Nielsen Memorial Field in Royal City, Washington. I'm Ryan Christensen along with Mike Noftel for this quarterfinal match between the Royal Knights and the Toppenish Wildcats.
Ryan, let's do a rundown of the bracket so far in the 1A classification. And as we do that, when we get to the games last week concerning these two teams, we'll talk about those games a little bit. But talk of the state really in the 1A classification was Tenino, the 6th seed, with an 80-55 win over Freeman, the number 11 seed. They scored 80 points and had over 800 yards rushing in the game. Didn't throw a single pass.
I was going to say, and Tenino flew through how many passes?
Zero passes. But the thing is, they gave up 55 points, so they really had to. In ways they really had to score that many points.
Yeah.
It was
if you got 52 against you.
They extended a couple touchdowns late to make it look lopsided, but at a point it was like 60-55, and they were just trading back and forth. So Tenino moves on, and they are currently playing Linden Christian. Linden Christian had a blowout win. They're the number 3 seed. They had a blowout win over Granite Falls, 50-0. Most of those points were scored in the first half. So last I knew, early in the second quarter, that game started at noon today. Linden Christian hosting Tenino, and Linden Christian has a 14-6 lead. So we'll try to get you some updates on that. That's the other half of the bracket, and the winner of that game will play the winner of Eatonville and Riverside. Eatonville had a crushing win over East Jefferson. That's the number 2 against the number 15. And then Riverside beat Montesano 27-20, but Montesano had that game up. They were up 20-17 and then gave up 10 points in the last half of the fourth quarter for the Riverside team to move on. They play the number 2 seed Eatonville. So those are the two games going on the other side of the bracket. That Eatonville Riverside game kicks off at the same time as ours. We're going to try to keep track of that one as well. And here's the thing. All 4 games in the 1-day classification are going to all be going on at the same time.
Because
Kings has traveled to Lakeside Kings beat Zilla. Kings is the 5 seed. Zilla was a 12 seed. It was tied 14-14 at halftime, and Kings stretched it out 28-14 to win and advance to play Lakeside, who had a 42-0 win over Omak, but it was 7-0 at halftime, so Lakeside had to play all their starters. The winner of this Lakeside and Kings game is who the winner of this game will face. Toppenish had to travel to Mount Baker. They felt a little disrespected not having a home game, being an undefeated league champ, but they were able to pull out a win there. And again, that was a close one. Down towards the end of the game, Mount Baker had a chance, first and goal from the 8, to go up and take the lead, and just weren't able to do it. And Toppenish had an interception late and pulled that out. So that was a final score of 26-22. The Knights made short work of Bellevue Christian, scored 43 points in the first quarter, and then cruised to a 50-6 win.
Yeah, wholesale changes at the beginning of the second quarter. Everyone got to play.
In fact, some of the 3s and 4s played more than the 1s and 2s did by the time it was all said and done. So they got out of that game healthy and ready for today. Toppenish brings a great crowd. They're super excited. Their playoff win last week was their first playoff win in, if my math is correct, 31 years.
Right.
So great for them. Congratulations to them. They come in undefeated, not just this year, but they were undefeated in the spring. So they have a 16-0 record over the last 2 seasons, and they're looking to keep that record intact and move on to the semifinals. But they're going to face a Knight squad that's something like they haven't faced yet this year, that's for sure. So looking forward to a great contest here, and it won't be long. We'll have are they going to do captains first or the national anthem? I think they're going to do national anthem first. So we'll go to the national anthem, and then when the captains go to the field, we'll talk a little bit about keys to the game and get your thoughts, Ryan, going into this one on what you expect.
Captains will head to midfield. Let's talk a little bit about keys to the game.
Well, give you an idea, Toppenish is a pretty balanced team, similar to the Knights. They've got a quarterback that's thrown for 2,000-plus yards. They've got a receiver, Jason Grant, who's caught more than 1,000 yards, in fact, 1,200-plus. And they've got a running back, number 28, Timmy Torres, who's rushed for 1,200 yards. So, they're a balanced attack, and they're a high-scoring offense, and they've got a solid defense that keeps them in the game. I kind of went through, I've watched quite a bit of film, and I'm going to say here's a few keys to the game. For Arroyo, I think they got to do what they've done all year with their defensive front, which is the defensive front has to occupy some blocks and keep the linebackers clean, allow them to roam and move and make plays side to side. And they have to have some contained pressure on the quarterback. He is a threat with his legs. He doesn't do it a lot, but I don't think you can just go at him and flush him out. He makes good plays on the run, and he can use his feet. So I think some contained pressure might be in order there. And then I think on offense, the Knights need to stay balanced, and I'd like to see them establish the run early. I think that could be a key going forward in the game. For the Wildcats, I think that their offensive line's got a lot of work to do today, and they have to be, I think, very decisive in their blocking assignments. If they hesitate or wonder where they're going, wonder who they're going to block, I think they're going to be in trouble. I think they got to be very decisive in their blocking assignments, and then their secondary has to stay very, very true and stay close to the Royal receivers. I don't think they've seen an offensive attack, passing attack to the level that the Knights bring today. So I think those are going to be their challenges, particularly offensive line has to be decisive and make good blocks, and on defense, their secondary has to do a good job limiting the passing attack of the Knights.
Toppenish wins the toss and elected to defer to the second half, so the Knights will get the ball to start this game.
Makes sense. Good decision, I think.
No wind, probably about 40 degrees. We had the field's probably a little damp, and you'll get some ancillary sort of moisture with those pellets. I don't think there's any consideration for weather in this game today. A little cold, but that's playoff football.
A little cool. It was foggy earlier. There were some pictures posted online earlier where you couldn't see from goalpost to goalpost, but good conditions for football, considering it's November 20th, right? So, Knights will get the ball first and have a chance to try to establish themselves. We'll see whether they, if they're preferring trying to establish anything in particular, any facet of the offense, or if they're just going to take what the defense gives them.
Great playoff atmosphere here today. The Knights stands plenty full, and the visiting Toppenish bleachers have been full for 2 hours.
Yeah, they were here early. Number 7, Josh Perez, is the quarterback for the Wildcats. He's also the kicker and the punter, I believe. So we'll keep track of that.
And like you said, he can be dangerous with his legs, so always have to be on the watch.
Typically, they don't kick the ball deep. We'll see what they do this time. Typically, they kick it to about that second to the back line, not all the way to the back line. Going to be a little bit of a squib this
kick
time.
That's going to get picked up by
Avery Ellis
down this left side. Here he goes on that right side. Torres going to have to get low, and he does, but not till he gets into Wildcat territory. They're marking it right about the 46-yard line of the Wildcats.
Yeah, I kicking to Avery Ellis is not an alternative, I don't think, to kicking it deep. And he gets to the 50 before Perez puts his shoulder down to try to stop him, and he falls forward for another 4 yards. Going to be inside Knight territory here for this first offensive possession for the Knights.
Knights will spread the field 2 wide, left and right. Bergeson in shotgun. Quick throw on the outside, caught on the screen. Avoids that first tackler and brought out of bounds. Really not out of bounds. He had his forward progress stopped right about the 37-yard line.
So first attempt, first completion. And that
goes to De La Rosa.
It goes to Edgar De La Rosa. Jason Grant, their all-world safety, leads the team as interceptions, and both offensive and defensive all-league player.
3 receivers.
Makes the tackle.
3 receivers wide to the left for the Knights, to the wide side of the field. Avery Ellis vacates and just gets past a good read. Gets around that outside.
He's
still in bounds all the way inside the. We'll see where he marks it. But a near catastrophe, a pretty good read by the linebacker that went for it. And Derek, with that strong arm, able to just get the ball there quickly and avoid any sort of interception attempt.
He stepped out sooner than I thought he did. Just a 7-yard gain, but enough to pick up the first down. Ball's going to be spotted down to the 32-yard line of the Wildcats.
Motion across the backfield by Allred, left to right. Bergeson will keep it straight up the middle, tucks it inside, left and right, makes one great move. Does get cut down after a first down by...
It's Jason Grant at his ankles. The safety comes up, and just as Derek was about to make a move on the safety, Grant grabs him around the ankles and pulls him down.
The offensive line getting a good first step and sealing off their blocks on that interior 4 down lineman.
But unassuming run up the middle ends up being a 15-yard gain, and the Knights into the red zone. First down.
First down on the 17?
Yes. Pressure coming. Grant on the blitz, chasing down Allred.
He's just going to hold it.
I mean, Bergeson's going to get into the end zone.
Puts his shoulders down. What do we get? They're going to mark him just short.
Out at the 1. So, interesting to see the strategy there from the Wildcats. they decide that they are going to blitz Grant from the outside edge. And
I didn't see who the Knight was in blocking at that progress around the right side, but he did a great job of not holding and just getting himself
sometimes
sealed
that's what
just
you got to do.
Bergeson keeps it. He's going to lean in, and it's a touchdown. Derek Bergeson on the keeper on the left side.
So Derek Bergeson, 3 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown on that drive. Also 2 completions for 15 yards. So, bringing Grant, blitzing him from the safety. Derek using his feet to get out to the right side, away from that, and great job by the blocking guys out front, the receivers and the pulling guards, and also, like you said, not holding. That's one of the biggest things.
That was the biggest thing. And the Vega extra point is up and good. So right off the bat, the Knights on the board. 11:03 left to go in the first quarter. Knights lead this contest by a score of 7-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Lakeside and Kings just about to kick off. Eatonville Riverside underway. No score yet in either one of those contests. Knights have jumped out within a minute with an early touchdown. Derek Bergeson, the featured man on that drive, had something to do with all 5 plays that got the Knights into the end zone.
Wildcats with their first opportunity to have the ball. Knights' first opportunity to kick off for the kicking team.
It'll be Grant deep, and is that also Perez, the quarterback?
It is, number 7.
They're going to kick to Perez.
He'll take it right at the 10 up that right side. Breaks one set of tackles, and gets out near the 30-yard line. So a pretty good return for Perez. A 20-yard return. They'll mark it, looks about the 31.
Like Justin Smith, maybe one of the Knights that helped knock him out of bounds.
1st and 10. Wildcats.
Coming to this game, Perez has completed 72% of his passes. He's got 34 touchdown passes against just 5 interceptions, so he's done a good job protecting the ball.
Here's where we'll see if that big line can stop the quick off defensive line of the Knights from getting any pressure, and they'll give to Torres right off the bat. Straight up the middle, couple yards forward, out. That looks like Manny Sandoval on the tackle.
Yeah, Torres
out to the 34-yard line. So a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
With the carry, Sandoval with the tackle. Gain of 3, 2nd and
Empty
7.
backfield now for Perez. Right side, short side of the field, loaded heavy. When the flag flies, then that typically is going to mean
5 yards against
I'm thinking it's going to be a formation thing because I didn't see any movement.
Oh, they're saying it's against the Knights?
Yeah, I didn't see any movement, and
they're
so
saying
they're saying that was encroachment.
On this side of the alignment, one of the defensive backs was across the line of scrimmage.
5-yard penalty against the Knights.
So it's going to make it much easier here for Toppenish. 2nd down and 2 instead of 2nd down and 7. Boy, all 4 receivers
yeah,
wide
they flip
left.
it to the wide side this time with those 4 receivers. So heavy this near side. Perez takes the snap. He's looking to throw down that right side in single coverage. Luke Bergeson there in great coverage and overthrown. Pass intended for number 11, Shane Rivera.
Yeah, Luke Bergeson. Luke Bergeson.
That works too.
Great coverage, literally sitting on Rivera's hip the whole time down the field. Not a chance for that to be completed. In fact, he would have had a chance for the ball if it would have been a well-thrown ball, but incomplete.
3rd down and short this time for the Wildcats. They'll spread the field evenly this time with 2 receivers left and right. With kind of a pistol formation for Perez. Torres right behind him.
Pressure coming.
They give to him, and he's going to get stopped short of the 40, so it's going to be 4th down, but very short. We'll see what Toppenish thinks they can do here.
I think he's barely going to get past the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up a yard. Going to be 4th and 1 here. So do they play with confidence like a team that's coming into the game 16-0 16 wins and 0 losses, or do they bring in the punt team? There's a little bit of confusion here.
They act like they're going to do the punt team, and the in and out, it looks like they're going to formation for punt.
Now, the quarterback is the punter, so keep an eye on that. And also, Grant, number 10, is in the backfield as well on punt formation.
Snap goes to Perez, and he gets the ball off. He does kick it.
Could be returnable.
Returnable right at the 27-yard line. Luke Bergeson around this right side. He's got some blockers.
Good block.
Turns inside, up the middle, but a good play right at midfield. And a flag flies, but good tackle by Grant.
I'm curious to see what that penalty is going to be.
Probably some sort of blocking.
If it's a blindside block, I disagree with it. If the
holding is the call.
Okay, well then I didn't see that one. The one I was watching where I thought maybe they were calling it was a beautiful block by, let's give credit to Andon Delfoe.
So instead of being to Wildcat territory, the Knights will start with the ball on their own 37-yard line for their second shot at some offense.
Yeah, a little more distance to cover here. Last time they started down at the Toppenish 45-yard line.
Knights heavy the field up top to the left.
Four-man
as
front.
Motion comes by Bergeson left to right, and a quick snap. Bergeson does catch it, and Avery Ellis gets forward to about maybe 2 yards, but a little bit of mistiming there on that play as the ball was either snapped too quick or Derek was just looking away a little too long. He does get 2 yards, second down and 8.
Four-man defensive front for the Wildcats. They basically play a 4-3 defense, but the Knights spread that out and forced some linebackers out wide with their formation.
Bergeson this time will give to Avery right up the left side with a lead. Great lead block on the left side. Avery steps out of a couple tackles across midfield down to the near 40. We'll have to call that the 48-yard line. So how many yards was that?
13-yard
13-yard run.
And key there is Jason Grant was a safety that came up and had the first shot at him, and Avery Ellis said, welcome to Royal City, and ran right through that first tackle and picked up another 8 yards afterwards.
There was a great lead block out there on that left side, too. It's just hard to see who gets credit for that. Bergeson takes the snap, keeps it right up the middle, following his blockers in and out. Number 53 will bring him down, but not till he's gained 6
Probably
or 7
about
yards.
7 yards. We'll see.
53 is Ricardo Gonzalez for the Wildcats. Ball at the 42-yard line, so that's a 6-yard gain, second down and 4.
6-yard gain, second and 4.
Nice blocking for Avery Ellis out of the backfield to seal that left side, allow Derek to work upfield.
3 receivers near side here on the wide side of the field for the Knights. Bergeson looks to throw right away on that inside screen to Luke Bergeson. Steps inside and pretty well played. I think it's going to be a first down. Forward momentum to about the 37-yard line, so it is a first down for the Knights.
5-yard gain. First target to Luke.
Good job by the Wildcats avoiding some of those blocking, because there's plenty of blocking out front, and they were able to aggressively get out in front of that blocking.
I think it was 57 Luna, one of the linebackers, that made that stop.
Keep your eyes up top as he diverts my attention, and quick throw out to Edgar De La Rosa.
It'd be a short gain, if anything. Just trying to work the short side of the field.
Yeah, not much. Just a no gain. A quick throw out and quickly forced out of bounds at the 42, second down and 10.
Hey, I like the idea of getting the ball in Edgar's hands.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Quick pitch inside to Eric Myrick. Gets across the right side, across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Forward for about 3 yards. Will bring up a third down and 7.
Well defended by the Wildcats. That's a play that the Knights have used sparingly but very effectively. And
linebackers got to read that well, otherwise it can go for big yardage.
Going to bring up a passing situation here for the Knights. Third down and 7 from the right hash. He's
going to throw it across the middle, and there it's caught by Gunnar Anderson. Great catch up high and a little behind him and able to bring that ball down to the 15-yard line. Pretty darn good throw by Bergeson in traffic, kind of having to avoid those up linebackers.
Derek Bergeson to Gunnar Anderson.
Down to the 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
15-yard gain
for the Knights. 3 receivers wide left in this formation. Tight end on the right side. Fake to Avery Ellis. And Bergson's going to let it go. Oh, and he threw it. Oh, and it falls out.
Incomplete.
It was in his hands. And if it was NFL and replay, he might have made a football move. But I didn't.
I don't think so.
Far away.
I think Luke got to him and played defender quickly. It was Torres who had his hand on the ball, but it gets knocked loose as Luke Bergeson turns into the defender. Preserve this drive for the Knights.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10.
Good offensive play by Luke there. Yeah, just the timing was off. Derek held that ball a little bit longer with pressure on the left side.
He was waiting for for Luke to break loose and anticipated that.
Oh, there's going to be a false start. I think that might be on the snap.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah, Benji.
Yeah, that's twice the Knights have had some snaps that the quarterback wasn't particularly ready for. So it's going to move the Knights back 2nd down and 15.
Back to the 19-yard line. So second down and 15.
I mean, we're in the quarterfinals. When you get in the red zone, you've got to put points on the board. So we'll see what the Knights have in store here.
Ellis on Bergeson's left hip as he vacates out, and he looks left, throws right, wide open. Gunnar Anderson's going to get near the first down. He's not going to score, but he's going to get a first down to the 3-yard line. Dirk did a good job of looking off to the left and then quickly throwing that back, and Gunnar was wide open.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
From the 19 to the 3, so that's 16 yards. 2 catches for 31 yards for Gunnar already from his tight end position. And this is the kind of game where Gunnar could have a big game. That tight end sneaking out in the routes is something that not a lot of teams do successfully.
I formation, lead blocker Avery Ellis, give to Eric Myrick on that right side. He falls over, touchdown. Falls over the line. I shouldn't say he falls over the goal line for a score. And key block by the right side of the line in. Avery Ellis moved up into that one-back position and led the way.
So the Knights with some big plays on these 2 scoring drives. But the final plays to get into the end zone have been boring 1-yard and 3-yard runs, but some great plays in between as the Knights jump out to an early 2-touchdown lead.
Gunnar Anderson, the snapper, and Dylan Allred, the holder, and the Angel Vega extra point up and good. 5:34 left to go in the first quarter. Knights extend the Sunset Springs scoreboard 14-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Still no scores in either of these other games that we're tracking, Lakeside and Kings. Lakeside does move into Kings territory down to about the 40, and Riverside and Eatonville just been kind of trading field position so far.
High kick, but a little bit short. Well, not really. Taking about the 11-yard line. Steps left and right, and then meets Andon Delfo and did a great job coming up and smacking him right just about the 24-yard line.
Delfo with the tackle.
Andon is a senior and doesn't see the field a lot, but he's on all the special teams and does a great job whenever he gets a chance, that's for sure.
23-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 24-yard line. Again, this quad left.
Yeah, single receiver to the right, but that means empty backfield.
Quick throw on the screen, looking for Grant. Makes a good move to the outside and shows his athleticism, gets across the 31. Avery Ellis went for the inside, kind of went for the ball a little bit, and Grant able to get out to the 31, so an 8-yard gain, second down and 2.
Interesting thing about Grant, he's got great top-end speed, very patient when he gets the ball in his hands, and against the Knights, I'm not sure that that's going to be to his benefit. I think he's going to have to be more decisive and quick once he gets that ball. Picks up 8 yards, brings up second down and short for the Wildcats.
4 wide right this time.
Yeah, just flop that formation to the other side.
And out to Torres, I think that's out of the backfield. Doesn't get much, not going to get a first down.
No, Avery Ellis being blocked by Jason Grant, but holds that block up and allows some other Knights to underfill and make that play.
Maybe a slight gain, a 1-yard gain, a third down and very short. Third down and 1 from the 33-yard line.
3rd and 1.
More even spread this time. 2 left, 2 right.
Have a running back in the backfield.
Perez will take the snap.
Give to Torres.
And he's going to get stopped. They're going to move it back a yard or 2, and we'll see.
Who's at the bottom? That's who we got to give credit to. Dylan Allred.
Dylan Allred.
Dylan Allred in the backfield in a hurry. Ends up with another tackle for loss.
I'll slide it back to that second down yardage, so it's 4th down and 2, and the offense looks like they're staying on the field. But remember, the quarterback is the punter. So they'll have Grant stay in the Wildcat.
Yeah, they like this Wildcat formation in short down and distance.
And Grant keeps it. He's going to get stood up. Is he going to get it? He's going to get stopped.
He's
Knights
stopped.
are going to do that.
He won't
turn
get
over
back
the
to
ball
line
on
of
downs.
scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a great surge from the left side of the Knights line.
It's going to be a 2-yard loss.
They didn't buy into the fly sweep motion.
Lakeside doesn't score. Kings
ball.
has the ball now from their own 30. Looks like Riverside is driving on Eatonville inside the red zone.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Knights on the Toppenish 30-yard line.
Short field for the Knights here, trying to capitalize and get another score here before the end of the first quarter.
Ellis quickly in motion. We're going to go far to that
he
far corner.
He must like what he sees.
And, just a little bit overthrown. I don't even know if that's overthrown. It almost like the pattern. It was kind of weird. I don't know what. This has seemed weird.
We have a penalty?
I don't see a flag down, but they're acting like there was a penalty.
Side judge is coming out to the
a man
WIAA.
downfield.
Saying illegal man downfield. I don't think Luke realized that ball was for him until the very last second.
Until the very last second, yeah.
And then it's almost like he didn't have time to react to it at that point.
Because it was to a spot that I think he could have got to, and that's why it just looked weird to me.
And I think Derek was throwing to a spot. And now they're having some discussion on whether or not that was the right call. They waved the flag off, and Wiley, Allred, can't believe it. He's celebrating that.
It doesn't happen very often.
He's celebrating that as much as a touchdown.
He doesn't celebrate very often, but when you're right, you're right.
Yeah,
and it's actually, I actually respect the refs when they get together and make the right call. And according to Coach Allred, that was the right call. So
end of the first quarter, Eatonville and Riverside, no score, 0-0.
So no gain on that play. Second down and 10.
The incomplete pass does stand.
Bergeson keeps it on the left side, and he gets cut down by Grant, but not till he gets to about the 22-21. It'll be an 8-yard gain, I think. Well, they're going to mark him about the 23. So a 7-yard gain, third down and 3.
From the 23-yard line.
5 carries for 45 yards for Derek. Much more, shouldering much more of the running load.
Give to Ellis this time. He follows his blockers, pops out to the outside, puts his shoulders down near the 15-yard line, so first down and 5 more.
Let me tell you where this team would be, the Toppenish Wildcats would be without Jason Grant. He's made just about every tackle. Just about every tackle. That is a 7-yard gain.
They marked that ball to the 16. First and 10 for the Knights on the 16. Two receivers wide to the left. Luke Bergeson on his own down here to the short side of the field. Give to Ellis on that right side. up near the 10-yard line.
Shrugs off the first tackle, and Grant comes up and makes the stop.
They'll mark it on the 11. 5-yard gain, second down and 5.
Tough work between the tackles for Avery Ellis. But picking up 5 yards on average per carry.
Bergeson still has it. It's going to throw to the corner, and just a
incomplete pass. It was intended for
Bergeson
Luke.
went down, and I'm not sure if he went down to get a low pass or if if they got tangled up a little bit.
I think he lost his footing. And went down.
Yeah.
At about the same time Derek let go of the ball, so it is going to bring up third down and 5.
All our camera stuff's right in my way for that right corner.
Kings goes up first and scores on Lakeside. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. So Kings, the 5 seed, scores on the number 4 seed.
Were they able to play that game in Lakeside, or where's that game being played?
No, it's being played at Meade High School, I believe.
Knights have 3 receivers wide to the left. This time, Avery Ellis on the right side of Bergeson. He's going to keep it to that right side. Steps up, goes high, goes low, get out of bounds.
About the 11.
About the 11.
Not much of a gain, if anything.
So we're going to have 4th down and about 3. Or 5, I guess.
It's 5.
Let me see. Yeah, it's hard to see that from here. No gain, 4th down and 5.
We'll see what the Knights do here. And whether or not the Toppenish Wildcats can make a defensive stand and maybe get a little momentum of themselves. Trying to get a reason for the crowd to get involved. Looks like Riverside kicks a field goal. They have a 3-0 lead over Eatonville. Not able to put up a touchdown, but get the field goal.
Long count. Ferguson takes the snap. Still has it on that left side. He's going to throw it, dump it into
Jace Allred.
Is he going to get in?
No, but he's going to get the first down.
He will get a first down, but he comes close to getting in. And a nice little dump over the top of that pursuing rush to Jace Allred. Yeah, it's right down there near. The Knights are going to come right in. Ferguson under center, just going to follow his big center right up the middle. Touchdown, Derek Ferguson on his second touchdown of the game.
2 touchdown runs for Derek.
Big 4th down play right there, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 minute and 2 left to go in the first quarter. The Knights have jumped out to a 3 touchdown lead, pending the extra point here, and the Toppenish fan base is a little quiet over there.
Extra points up and good. Sunset Springs scoreboard reads Knights 21, Toppenish Wildcats 0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
So the Wildcats go for it on 4th down. They put Jason Grant in the Wildcat formation, and he doesn't get any positive gain at all. Turns the ball over the Knights deep in Toppenish territory. The Knights pay it off after a few plays.
And the Knights forced into a 4th down and 5 down near the goal line with a great little dump pass to Jace Allred to get it near the 1 yard line and punch that baby in.
Jace Allred, 15 catches and 5 touchdowns, almost had his 6th touchdown on the season.
Vegas kicks on the way.
Perez again. He's going to take it on about 14.
Up that right side, and he's not going to get away from. Is that Dylan? It's got to be Dylan.
No, it's Andon again.
It's Andon.
It's Andon again, having a great game.
I saw the 5. I didn't see the 3. He's excited.
Down there in a hurry, and he should be excited. The return guys for Toppenish, they're catching the ball, and then they're kind of waiting to try to make some reads
where they can
and see how their block's set up. And in the meantime, the Knights are coming and taking them down. So they're going to have to make some adjustments on that.
35 with 2 big plays right off the bat.
And a great block earlier on the punt return as well. Torres looks
right there.
Great
Bergeson right there.
Bergeson.
Goes up high. They both go up to the high point. Intended again for Rivera.
Rivera's got the size mismatch. He's 6'3",
but he was.
But I'm going to say that Luke has the athleticism and the speed mismatch there.
Perfect
and,
position
again,
as
just
well.
like that. They tried that play earlier, and Luke was literally sitting on his hip and did the exact same thing again. Better thrown ball, and so it was a little up for grabs. But incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10.
I told him earlier in the week they might look at the roster and see his size and think, oh, that's where we're going to pick. And I said, make him pay. Keep by Perez follows his left side, or is that?
That's Grant
That's
in at
Grant
Wildcat.
in at Wildcat. Okay,
He's going to pick up
Grant.
about 4. We'll see where they spot it.
Out to the 30, out to the 25, excuse me. So good for 4 yards.
4.
3rd down and 6.
They do this a couple times per game, and usually when it's they feel like they need to kind of stabilize things a little bit.
They'll send those 4 receivers off to the
but still Grant.
right side. It's
Grant.
not necessarily short side. The ball's right in the middle of the field with Grant.
And shotgun.
It's shotgun, and he keeps it to the right. Tries to avoid the pressure, and he's not gonna. He's gonna lose some yards.
I think they're going to give him the line of
him.
scrimmage.
They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, but 4 Knights in there.
Yeah,
Ellis from the field announcer called as tackler on that play. First quarter is going to end with the Sunset Springs scoreboard that reads Knights 21, Toppenish 0. We'll take a break and come back for the second quarter. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
All growers know that water is not only a key to life, but also a key to their success. The age-old question must always be answered: when to water and how much? Fortunately, the team at Principal Ag makes it easier to answer those questions correctly than ever before. Did you know that good soil water management also improves nutrient uptake and crop storability? Let them provide you with the data and tools that you need to make effective decisions in managing your resources and optimizing your production. They can help you monitor and measure your soil moisture, environmental variables, plant water use, and more with a suite of sensors and imaging tools that deliver actionable data wherever you are. The best part is that when you call, they answer. With unparalleled service, Gents, Mike, and the rest of the team are ready to meet with you in the office or in the field to provide training, insight, and experience. Your success is their mission. Visit them at principalag.com or give them a call at 509-731-4625.
Okay, well, we're going to start the second quarter here, and it's going to be 4th down and 6.
A long 6.
For the Wildcats. So the Knights will go into punt return formation, and Perez will come in to kick the ball. Again, got to expect that they might pull out some stops here, and when they've got Perez and Grant in the backfield in the punt formation, you just never know.
It's pretty deep, but he will kick it away as
could be returnable.
Justin Smith near.
Nice block.
On the right side, and there's a flag from the far side that I'm not sure if it was a good call or not, but Bergeson's going to get all the way down inside the 20, but it's coming back to our side of the field.
That's not the one that I was watching and didn't throw that flag close enough to be the one that I said good block about.
The guy that I was going to say good block that he had his eyes on, he threw the beanbag down.
Oh,
the flag came from this near side. Well, actually, I think it's from the back judge is who it was from. But he determined that there was an illegal block on that return, so it will come back.
Luke Bergeson has
probably
been able to wind
35.
his way down the field on those punt returns, and then a couple penalties have brought those back. So you just feel like momentum's building for that to become a big play for the Knights.
He's literally had as many touchdowns called back for penalties than he's scored this year, and he's scored 3 or 4 at least, I think. And
watching some of this Riverside-Eatonville game, Riverside's really putting the defensive pressure on the offense of Eatonville, getting in the backfield, keeping them pinned inside their own 20 with Eatonville with the ball.
Quick snap to Bergeson. He's going to let it fly down the middle. Actually, more right to
He's got
Bergeson.
his man
Right there, Luke Bergeson at the 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. Luke Bergeson.
60-yard touchdown throw, and Ryan, he put that in his shirt pocket. he put that ball in his shirt pocket.
And
Beautiful.
Luke had 3 steps on his man, too. So
2 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown for Luke.
Touchdown.
Barely into the second quarter here. Excuse me.
Extra point up and signal good. Sunset Spring scoreboard. Knights 28, Toppenish 0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out. Or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number one in the number two business.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Great 60-yard pass from twin brother Derek to twin brother
What
Luke.
we probably need to give credit to that we didn't is how much time Derek had. He waited and waited for that backside cross post to open up and hit him perfectly, but had the time to do it and step into it. Great job. Maldonado, number 3, is going to come in instead of Perez
right down to the 3-yard line. Or sorry, the 10-yard line is number 3. Maldonado gets loose a little bit out in front.
Runs into his own guy.
And Delfo there again to help get him out of bounds is at the 40-yard line as he weaved his way.
Yeah, better return for the Wildcats. For
Maldonado
sure.
on that return.
Gives the Toppenish fan base something a little bit to get excited about. They really haven't been able to get much going.
They really need to put the brakes on here if they're going to have a chance in this playoff game, and that's the only way you can do is by making big plays at this point.
In the first quarter, they basically had less than 15 yards of offense, so they're going to have to do something here. Torres with the handoff.
And Derek Bergeson there. Derek on the tackle. And tackled. Actually, Derek didn't get the tackle.
He got knocked
was right
off
there.
the tackle, but it was Eddie Jimenez, the defensive end on the opposite side, that comes across and makes sure that they limit him to just a 1-yard gain for Torres.
Gonzalez for Toppenish came up and knocked Derek off the tackle, but he didn't get Eddie off the tackle.
No.
Second down and a long 9. Grant here in the slot near side. Perez looks to throw, and it's to Grant.
Grant, yeah.
And we'll see where they mark it. He's not going to get the first down. They'll mark it about the 40, between the 48 and the 49. So it'll be a long yard left with third down. They're actually going to mark it right at the 48, a 2-yard. 2 yards needed to get that first down. Third down and 2.
It's a 7-yard gain.
From the 48.
Timmy Torres comes in averaging 7.5 yards per carry. He's got 4 carries for 4 yards. Third down and short here. Tendency is for this to be a running play for the Wildcats. And that's what they're going to do. Torres is not going to get it, though.
He'll get to the 49,
yeah,
but
he's
come
going
up
to get
a yard
1,
short.
but he needed 2. So right now he's continuing to average 1 yard per carry. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 1 again for the Wildcats. You got to figure.
It's the third time.
You got to figure they've got nothing to lose. The quarterback is sending the punt team right back off the field saying, no, sorry, we're going to go for it here. As the punt team starts to come on, he waves them back out. And Knights defense, another chance here to potentially turn the Wildcats over on 4th down.
Perez puts Torres on his right side. The Knights show a little pressure up front as they got that motion across the back. Perez is going to dump it over the top. Oh! That's a bad call. That's a bad call.
No. They were both coming up towards the ball. Both had a right to the ball. I don't like the call. It's probably going to stand, but I certainly don't like the call.
Yeah, Grant got tangled up.
It was a high throw.
And the high throw.
Well over his head. So there's no such thing as a non-catchable ball in high school. That doesn't matter that it was a high throw, but what it matters is both guys were coming up for the ball that was thrown high. There was collision, but it could have been incidental. They're going to stick with the call.
I don't think there's any argument that it was offensive pass interference, but I just don't feel like that was a defensive pass interference.
No, it is going to give them the first down and move the ball inside Knight territory. So 4th and 1, they get an unconventional conversion there Move the ball down to the Knights' 36-yard line. So see if the Knights defense takes this a little bit personally. Still 7-0 Kings over Lakeside. And as far as I can tell, I don't know what's going on. Riverside, Eatonville, they're not putting scores up on their crawl.
Perez looks to throw.
He's got time, but then comes
right.
some late
Here comes
pressure.
Eddie. Throws it high, and Grant does catch it. Covered well by
he may
Elijah
get the first
Jenks.
down.
But out down to the 25, I think it is a first down +1. So good job by Perez to get out of that pressure and deliver it to his player, Jason Grant.
Yeah, Eddie did a good job chasing him from the backside. And that's where I said, though, contained pressure, kind of, rallying him to the center and not letting him flush out, I think, is a better plan. But, you do what you do in the middle of the play. Pressure coming again, right up the middle. They're going to get him this time.
Swallowed. Ultimately, Denton Jenks gets him, but Eddie Jimenez is down around his knees and altered his course. So Denton and Eddie in on that half sack each. I'm going to give them.
It's going to be an 8-yard loss for Perez.
Out to the 33-yard line. Second down and about, is that about 18?
Yeah, second down and 18. So after a big conversion on a fourth down, a big sack for the Knights brings second down and 18.
Motion right to left. They'll fake to him. He has to let it go quick and knocked away good by Elijah Jenks. Jumped that pass.
Yeah.
And intended for Grant.
Bracketed coverage. Luke on the outside, and then at the safety position, Elijah reads it and steps inside. So that was all meant to get the motion and the eyes looking to the opposite side of the field and try to throw that to the backside to Grant, try to break him loose. But Elijah Jenks has done a great job all year, does a great job there for a knockdown and bring up third down and long.
Third down and 18 still for Toppenish.
You got to figure it's 4-down territory at this point, this deep into night territory.
Certainly trailing by 4 touchdowns.
So they don't have to get it all, but they need to get a chunk of it. It's going to be a screen play to Maldonado.
Oh, he makes one good play. Derek Bergeson comes back and gets him, but he gets down to the original line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to mark him short of the 25. Yeah, not a really good spot, but that's what the call is.
It's been mostly screen plays and short passes, but give Perez credit. He's completed 5 out of 7 so far. Oh, there's a flag, a hold against.
Knights want to decline that.
I think they want to decline that and bring up fourth down and 11.
It looks like he's shaking his head that they're going to.
They are going to walk him back.
They're going to walk him back.
It's going to be third down and
a
lot.
At 10 plus 18,
25.
28. Well, I say it depends on where that.
They're going to say the hold was. So that completion or that attempt comes off the board.
So the ball placed on the Knight 40-yard line. Still third down and 25. Coach going with the averages there. That was a good play forward for about 7 or 8 yards, and they haven't had a 7 or 8 yard average for sure. So that tight quad left to the short side of the field, and we're going to have a Toppenish timeout. We'll take one too. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
My name is Chris Culbertson. I own Colby's Greenhouse. We grow 3 to 4 million plants a year. We put 1 million miles a year on our rigs. We service a dozen farm vehicles. I've been a good Napa customer. This is the first business truck that I ever bought, so it's had a lot of Napa parts. One thing I like about my local Napa store, I just call them up and say, hey, they know who I am. I would recommend that anyone shop at Napa. Great prices, great availability, excellent warranty. Napa's the one for us.
Napa, get the good stuff. It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Okay, some scoring updates. Eatonville puts their first touchdown on the board. They take a 7-3 lead over Riverside with 4.5 minutes left until halftime. King still has a 7-0 lead over Lakeside. Looks like they've got the ball down at the Lakeside 13-yard line, so maybe they're going to go ahead by a second score. And here, the Knights, with 8 minutes and 17 seconds till halftime, have a 28-0 lead and have the Toppenish Wildcats in third down and 24.
Perez takes the snap,
Pressure's
gets
coming.
flushed. And he
He's
gets
gonna
dropped.
What a tackle.
What a tackle by
Avery Ellis. He is psyched.
That's definitely the Callahan Gravel Rock Solid hit of the game because
he was being blocked and pulled up one big paw and yanked Perez to the ground.
Bam. So that pays off.
That's going to be an 8-yard
You can hear
loss.
the crowd say, you might want to punt. And they will bring their punt team out.
Yeah.
But really big recognition to Avery for that pressure on Perez. So the taking of that penalty paid off.
Yeah, it paid off.
Short punt, not going to be returnable. We'll see
Yeah.
what kind of bounce it takes, and it will stay right about the 28-yard line. So the Knights pretty good field position with lots of time left on the clock. 7:32 left to go in the second quarter. The Knights look to extend their 28-0 lead.
Kings kicks a field goal, has a 10-0 lead over Lakeside with 7 minutes until halftime. Again, the winner of that game will be playing the winner of this game.
Knights ball, 1st and 10. 7:32 to go in the first half.
I don't know if this is the worst field position the Knights have had for a starting drive, but certainly not the best. They've started a few drives into Wildcat territory. This time they're on their own 28. Toss outside.
72 yards to go for pay dirt. And Avery actually acts like he's going to throw it, and he throws it up high, and Luke's going to get it.
What a catch!
Caught it right past the 42-yard line. And I'm going to give Avery some credit for getting the ball that far, but most of the credit on this one goes to Luke Bergeson, who got body position, went up high to get the ball. It came off of both of their hands. Luke came down with it at the 41-yard line. Big play.
41 yards. He did what he did a great job of is making them think that he was going to.
Yeah.
He hasn't thrown a pass all year.
No.
That's not been on film.
No, and he just put it up there and relied on his teammate to make a play.
3 catches for 116 yards for Luke.
Give to Avery right up the middle.
Now
Falls
they
blocking
pay
a
him
big
off.
hole. There he goes. Is he still on his feet? They're not going to catch him. Avery Ellis on a 41-yard touchdown scamper.
That's how you pay him off after he throws a nice long pass. Hey, we're going to let you run one. 5 carries for 68 yards, so puts him back over his 9.5-yard carry average per carry. Just right up the middle.
Low snap, but handled well. Angel Vega, extra point up and good. 7:03 left to go in this first half. Knights extend the Sunset Springs scoreboard to 35-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Well, although they're not a sponsor of the broadcast, that's the Jinx Brothers Fruit touchdown whenever we get a 35-point margin.
High kick to this near side. Again to Maldonado, taken right about his 10-yard line. Looks to go straight up the right side and cuts to the middle, and he gets brought down by
Eric Myrick.
Eric Myrick.
Eric Myrick, always a special team volume tackler. He's been overshadowed a little bit by Andon Delfo so far, but he gets in there and gets his tackle as well. Brings him down just outside the 25. We'll call it the 26-yard line for the Wildcats. Just under 7 minutes left until halftime.
The ball is on the 26-yard line. Perez keeps it. They're looking to throw every time now. He flushed out to the left. Not much defensive pressure over there until now, and the ball's out.
They're going to call it a
get
fumble.
scooped by Avery. Who made the hit? Because Avery got the reception.
Avery was there first and did a flyby, and then I couldn't tell who came up and helped. We're too late. We're too late.
Too late. But somebody came up and put the pop on Perez.
Yeah, he ends up getting credit for the lost yards, another loss of 10 yards. So Perez with the ball, keeping it 3 carries for negative 26 yards, considering those sacks. And it's going to be another short field for the Knights and a chance here at ball at the 10-yard line to potentially go to the running clock here partway through the second quarter.
I doubt there was any gentleman's agreement before this game on running clock. I formation in the backfield. Myrick, the tailback. They'll play action to him. Bergeson still has it. A lot of times.
Just
going to float it to the corner and see what happens. Oh, knocked away. Gunner's right there, and the pass was on target, but number 24, Freddie Robledo did a great job of punching that ball out, preventing a touchdown.
Again, the time that Derek had to allow that play to form and allow for Gunner to get to that backside corner, but a great defensive play by Robledo. Robledo is been a great defensive player for he only plays one way as far as I can tell, but he's second on the team with 4 interceptions. And
he's a senior, too.
Did a good job there. Still going to bring up second down and goal for the Knights from the 10-yard line.
Again, the I formation in the backfield. Avery Ellis, the up back. Play action to him, give to Myrick.
He's going to get swallowed up.
He's initially hit by big number 76, Canham Sampson. And the rest of that left side of their defensive line stopped Myrick from really. I can't remember where the ball was. I don't know if there was no gain or just a short gain. No gain. The ball placed on the 10-yard line. Third down and goal.
Eric Myrick comes out of the game. The length of Edgar De La Rosa into the game here in this goal line passing situation. He's going to be lined up to the right.
7-on-7 over there. Perez and De La Rosa.
3 receivers to the left.
Bergeson looks left. He's going to throw it to the left to that corner. That same
He's got
play.
His man. Oh.
Just a little overshot to that corner cone and falls incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 10.
Intended for
Gunner.
Is that Gunner? Gunner's been targeted a few times. That time it was just out of his reach and just out of bounds. 4th down and 10 now. Do the Knights kick the field goal or do they try to score the touchdown here and get to the running clock?
They will run a play.
I would have predicted that.
Empty. Yeah. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left for the Knights. 2 up top to the right.
A little confusion on the defense there, trying to figure out where to position
see if they can
Grant.
get any pressure here, as they do quickly, and it's a cross pattern
beautiful
caught by Jace Allred. Just a quick little post inside. Touchdown, Jace Allred.
So for Jace, that's his 6th touchdown catch on the season, averaging 15.5 yards per catch. He's got 2 catches for 20 yards so far in this one.
Little chip shot, extra point. Up and good. 5:44 left to go in the first half. Sunset Sprain scoreboard extends to Knights 42. Toppenish 0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights. Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Looks like Lakeside moving on Kings, gets the ball down to near the 20, but then they have a procedure penalty pushes them back to the 30-yard line.
Vegas kick.
Kick long this time, all the way down inside the 5. Taken by Maldonado, trying to get out that left side, but he's not going to make it. Cut down just past the 10-yard line.
Give credit to Gage Jinks, who and Cale Jinks both down there, but Gage was the one that blew up the block, fought the block off, and gets onto Maldonado. Then his cousin Cale comes up and helps him out. They're going to hold him inside the 10-yard line, maybe just outside the 10. We'll put it at the 11-yard line, first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Trailing the Knights 42-0. They still have 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Fake to Torres. Quick pass out on that far side to number 11. That's Rivera.
It's going to be a short gain.
Rivera.
Out to about the 15-yard line.
Anderson.
So second down and 7.
Out to the 15.
We're going to give him 4
We'll give him
yards.
4. Second down and 6.
Second down.
Perez on the Grant on the slot on this right side.
What plays whistle dead as there was motion across the backfield.
So that 4-yard gain is negated by a 5-yard penalty.
Still second down, but second down and 11 now.
Second down and 11. From the 10.
Is that Eatonville with the ball on the move? Eatonville inside the 20, inside the 15 of Riverside.
3 receivers near side to the right for the Wildcats. Perez takes the snap, throws across the left side, caught by Grant. No, that's not Rivera,
that's
number
Rivera.
11, and brought down near the 15-yard line. So they get those yards back. Third down and 7.
And it's going to be a 5-yard gain.
For the defense, it's third down.
Really, Perez has only been able to complete these shorter passes for the most part. Here's third down and a long 6. They're going to have to stretch things a little bit more here. Knights have a nickel package here on defense.
Grant in this slot. They will. Wow,
that's going to get
Avery
blown
Ellis.
up. That's the second time that Avery Ellis has made a tackle while he's being blocked. And
man, I want to see that again. Here it is. Watch this. Yeah,
who's
he's actually getting
runner?
thrown to the ground by 53.
Can you tell who the runner is?
The
when
runner,
he
I
gets
think,
up?
might be 23 coming across the backside.
Is it 23 or is it 1?
But it's fourth down and long for them.
It'll be a loss of 5.
Fourth down.
Avery is a load to handle. He is strong and fast and technique top notch. Get the kick away, but it's
less
way
returnable.
Short. Out of bounds near the 31-yard line. They'll mark it at the 32.
Clock stops with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Knights will have the ball again deep into Toppenish territory. A minute left until halftime at Kings Lakeside. Kings with a 10-0 lead. And we can't see the clock very well on that Eatonville Riverside game.
We'll get an update on Tenino.
We'll get an update on Tenino Linden Christian at halftime. That game will probably be well into the second half by the time we get an update on it.
Knights have motion all red from right to left. Give to Avery Ellis on that left side, following his blockers. Turns the corner, turns up and brought down about the 25-yard line.
By
about
Luna,
a 7-yard
number 57.
gain. Good job following his blockers around there. He had receivers and linemen leading the way.
It's going to be an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, they mark it at the 24-yard line. Second down and 2.
Great block also. Denton Jinks pulling out in front and blocking Jason Grant and shielding him, allowing Avery Ellis to cut up inside of that block. Eatonville scores again. So they're up 14-3 with just seconds left until halftime in that game. Eatonville the number 2 seed, Riverside the number 7.
Again, motion from right to left by Allred. Give to Ellis.
Picking
on
and
the
choosing.
right side, picking and choosing exactly.
Luna.
He'll get a first down and inside the 15-yard line to about the 12 or 13. Or, sorry, the 17 or 18.
Yeah, it'd be from the 23 to the 18. 5-yard gain. 6-yard gain.
On that stop. First down for the night.
Inside 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Knights with a big lead, 42-0.
Over 80 yards rushing so far in the first half for Ellis.
Bergeson in motion up top. Give to Ellis. Great kick out block by Denton. Jenks on the right side to free Avery up to get inside the 15-yard line.
I'll be honest
even
with
to
you.
the 14 or 13.
5-yard game. I'll be honest with you right now. It feels like the Knights are using clock. Maybe get this one more score. Use the time. Get the one more score before halftime.
Second down and a short 5. Ball on the 13-yard line. Bergeson has Avery Ellis on his right hip. Play action to him. Throw to the corner. Edgar De La Rosa.
Does he stay on it?
Put your hands
up. He brings
up.
it down. Touchdown.
Touchdown. The side judge waited for the back judge to make that call because he was the one in position to see if he got his feet down there in the end zone on the back line. And he did, and it's touchdown, Edgar De La Rosa.
13-yard catch, and that's his length. He's about 6'4", got a nice wingspan, a nice radius, goes up there and brings that down.
Angel Vega extra point is good again. Minute 28 left to go. Sunset Springs scoreboard now says Knights 49, Toppenish 0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
Get the best and let them do their thing. That's what the Knight football team and Roots Full Service Salon have in common. Whether you're building up a state championship team or creating a style that your client wants, it takes time, knowledge, and personality. All of our qualified stylists at Roots are committed to making you look and feel your best.
Lakeside with just seconds left until halftime, trailing by 10. Try to drop deep and heave one up with Hunsaker, their quarterback. But he gets wrapped up and brought down, and the clock is going to run out. So both of those games, Kings 10-0 at halftime, Eatonville 14-3 at halftime over Riverside. And we've got a minute and a half here until we're in the halftime break. Not as close here. The Knights 49-0 over the Toppenish Wildcats. Short kick about to the, well, I say short, but they just float, 14, don't they?
And they give it to Grant on that right side, and Delfaux turns him inside, and Race Eilers and also Lane Smith in on that tackle.
Good sportsmanship, helping him up. So the Knights have been kicking the ball to the other guy every time.
Yeah.
Whether it was Perez or Maldonado, this time they try to get the ball in Grant's hands on a handoff coming around the backside, but the Knights aren't fooled. Ball's at the 24-yard line.
They'll have a minute 22 to try to do something with it before this half ends.
Knights in a 3-man defensive front. They've been able to get pressure with just those 3 men, occasionally bringing the blitz from Avery Ellis.
Looks right. Looks left and then looks right. Almost makes the catch as Rivera comes in. Good coverage by Bergeson, and he puts his hands out, incomplete. And
the crowd on the far side doesn't like it, but there was a little contact there, but I don't think it was enough to. It's not like he pulled his arm down or anything like that. Had good coverage. It's going to be incomplete pass. Doesn't use much clock.
This is the 4th or 5th time they've done that. Quads left to the wide side and come to the short side with Luke Bergeson one-on-one coverage, and he has come through on flying colors every time.
Ooh, wow. I've got an update.
I'm anxious to hear whether Elsie's up big or there's a close game going on. Oh, good play by Jace Allred. He comes around the back side to the front side to knock that ball away. The pass intended for He's got a side to me. I can't see who that is.
He's got a long white towel, long enough to practically trip on it, but we can't see his number. Is that number 3, Maldonado?
Number 3, Maldonado is who that was intended for. And Jace knocks that down. So we still have 1:10 left to go in this half with 3rd down and 10.
End of 3 quarters.
You're going to tell me LC's behind?
No.
You're not.
I'm going to tell you the score.
Okay.
After this play. Ooh, how's that for a
4 receivers, yeah. Stay close, people. 4 receivers wide to the left. Perez.
Pressure coming.
Chased by Eric Myrick.
More pressure
lets it
coming.
go short. And look at that. Oh, boy.
Is that a
Did he
catch?
catch it?
If so, that's a great catch.
It's a great catch by Rivera. Luke came around that front side.
They threw a beanbag. They're deciding whether it was a completion or an interception.
What is it? I don't think it was an interception. Luke didn't come up like he got the ball.
There's some discussion going on.
Because it's right at that line where it would have been a 1st down if they called that a complete pass. It feels like it's going to be a complete pass.
They're calling a pass interference against Luke. So it's going to give them the 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either, but
Coach Allred trying to get an explanation. He never agrees with the explanations.
That's his job.
Okay, Linden Christian at the end of 3 quarters. Linden Christian 42.
Wow.
To 9-0-18.
Yeah, and it's what we thought would happen.
They're going to be a team to be reckoned with. There's no doubt about it.
Four receivers wide to the left. 1st and 10 for Perez. Oh, and Eric Myrick. He throws it up. What are we going to get?
Intercepted. Oh,
did it fall down?
2 Knights vying for it. Gunnar Anderson had a hand on it and couldn't bring it down. Incomplete pass. Eric Myrick putting on pressure.
He kind of tumbled at his feet and then got up and almost got him again after he got up and chased him down. He a bit ducked and chucked on that pass. And
he did duck and chuck. He did duck and chuck. He almost got brought down by Myrick. Myrick gets back up and keeps pursuing him and almost gets him again. It's going to be 2nd down and 10, 52 seconds left, and pretty much Toppenish has gone to nothing but trying to throw the deeper balls right now.
Knights showing maybe some pressure.
It's going to be a motion penalty against the Wildcats. Back them up 5 yards. Yeah, so Linden Christian 42 to 9-0-18 to start the 4th quarter. So we're going to call that game a win to Linden Christian, despite Tenino's heroic performance of over 800 yards rushing last week to beat Freeman. Linden Christian's going to move forward in that game. And they're going to play the winner of Eatonville Riverside. Eatonville with the 14-3 lead at halftime.
Quick pass on that cross to Grant. And that's not Grant. That is 23 for the Wildcats, Nick Cortez Jr. On a quick cross out of the slot. So good positive yardage for the Wildcats for the ball out to their own 47-yard line.
He's going to pick up 17.
46 seconds left to go in the half. Quick pass again, try to do it again, and falls incomplete this time.
Yeah, he heard footsteps coming. Derek Bergeson was coming up to make a play, and he took his eye off the ball. It bounced around a little bit, and Derek even dove at it, had a chance maybe to grab it before it hit the ground, but it's going to fall to the turf.
Incomplete.
2nd down.
Four receivers go out wide left up top.
Expect the Knights to bring some pressure here. And they do. Eric Myrick, Avery Ellis.
And
be a pick.
Gunner couldn't quite squeeze it. He wants that one back.
Oh, he read that from his safety position. The pass was thrown a little back shoulder-ish, and Gunner had it going full speed the other direction and couldn't hold on.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 38 seconds left to go in the half.
If they're not careful,
they're going to give some time back.
They're going to give the Knights the ball with a little bit of time left.
Perez on his own in the backfield. Pedals
Screen.
back.
Maldonado gets it. And Dylan Allred's the first one to get a hand on him. And then the backside, who was that? Eddie Jimenez.
He'll get across midfield to the Knights' 49-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down with 22 seconds and the clock is running.
I'm not even sure who caught that.
Fourth down.
They will get this play off. Perez steps inside the pressure, floats out to the right, and he's going to let it go far, and it'll be out of bounds. It is caught
but out of bounds.
Caught by Cortez as the final gun of the first half is shot. Knights will take a 49-0 lead into halftime. Tell us, we've got somebody hopefully coming up to...
Hopefully we've got a special guest coming up for a halftime interview. So until he walks through the door, we're not going to necessarily proclaim anything. What we're going to do is we're going to start this Washington Fruit and Produce halftime show with a few ads. We'll come back with some stats and hopefully have an interview with our invited guest. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com, and the Sunset Scoring spraying scoreboard reads Knights 49, Toppenish 0.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Get the good stuff at Napa Auto Parts. We know you have a choice of where to go when it comes to get parts and accessories for your vehicle. We appreciate every time you choose Napa. More and more folks just like you are choosing Napa every day. And we like to think there are a couple of pretty good reasons for that. Like Napa's quality parts, our national warranty program good at over 6,000 Napa stores, as well as thousands of Napa Auto Care centers. At Napa, you'll find quality, experienced people to help you find everything from which wiper blade or set of brakes is best for your vehicle to the best running board or shocks for your truck, SUV, or car. And when it comes to selection, we've got more different parts and accessories available than any other parts store, period. Go to Napa for quality parts, quality people, huge selection, and the best warranty in the business. Napa.
Napa. Get the good stuff. You want to win out there today? Then get a tuna footlong from Subway. It's 100% wild caught on freshly baked bread. Let's show them what you're made of. You're made of tuna. Go get those footlongs.
Now at Subway by
Royal Premix Concrete is a proud supporter of our Royal Knights. Please give us a call at 509-346-9202. We're happy to help you with all your concrete delivery needs. Business, agricultural, residential, no job is too big or too small. We cover the entire Columbia Basin. Our front discharge trucks save you time, money, and manpower. We're one of the only concrete companies in the area that offer these trucks. Next time you need some concrete delivered to your location, please call us at 509-346-9202. You'll be glad you did. Locally owned and operated, Royal Premix Concrete wishes good luck tonight to all of our athletes.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel.
You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service for tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Okay, we're back with the Washington Fruit and Produce halftime show. And our special guest did arrive, so I'm going to open the interview with an apology for doubting whether or not you would remember.
We weren't going to rat you out in case you didn't make it up here, so but you're the mystery guest.
And the mystery guest is Caleb Christensen, last 2 years quarterback for the Royal Knights. Caleb, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you could be here.
Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you, since last year, you've moved on and played some football at the higher level.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what brought you there.
So this year I am playing football at Whitworth University in Spokane.
Okay.
So
there's been a few other Knights that have played there, so there's some history there for sure.
Good connections. Coach Scroggins, both of them, Jeremy and Kyle, both played there. Lots of people from Royal. I think the athletic director now, new one, Travis, played there.
Yeah, he did. We interviewed him last week, and he talked about his time at Whitworth.
Yeah, so went up there this fall. Obviously with the COVID season, things were a lot different. Recruiting was weird. So it took a while to get things settled and finally figure out where I was going to be. But I ended up finding Whitworth. That was the place that I figured out I wanted to go. So went up there this fall. We had a 10-game season planned, and we ended up going 7-3. Wasn't what we thought, but it was still a good season. I was able to play a few games.
So you started out as the number 2 guy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Worked your way to that spot, start the season. There came a point where you came into the game and had a big game.
Yeah.
Tell us about that game.
Yeah, so we played Lewis and Clark at home. Me and the senior were kind of battling for the spot, and so they said I was going to get a little bit of playing time. Just be ready when your opportunity comes. And so we ended up getting in end of the first quarter, and we played well. We won by a lot, had a lot of yards, and had a good game. And so the next week I ended up being named the starter.
Yeah, how did that go?
That was a little different. We went down and played the number 5 team in the nation, Linfield, and it wasn't our best game. We got beat, and I got beat up a little bit. And ended up missing the next 3 weeks with a shoulder injury.
Okay.
And then kind of rehabbed it, finally got back and was able to get into our second to last game of the regular season. So we lost to Linfield. We had to win out to make the playoffs.
Sure.
And we got to a game against Pacific, second to last game of the season. The starter goes down, the guy that was head. And I had kind of rehabbed, tried to get back, and felt like I was good enough to play. And I was an emergency QB for that game.
Sure.
So they put me in. I ended up re-injuring my shoulder, finished the game, we lost, and then didn't get to play the next week.
So all in all, how do you evaluate that experience? Some ups and some downs for sure.
Yeah. No, for sure. Definitely wasn't what I expected or what I wanted, but that's just kind of how it goes. I learned a lot. I think it was really cool to be able to go up there and play college football and just see what it's like. It's definitely an adjustment coming from high school, but especially I think it was a pretty easy adjustment coming from a place like this.
I was going to say, talked about how your experience in Royal over the last few years, well, all the way through starting in when you moved here, basically, right? How that prepared you or how you felt about going to the college game with that kind of a history and background.
I felt like I was pretty prepared, especially coming from Royal. It's pretty much everyone on the coaching staff has played college football, so they all know what it's like. All the practices are run like college practices. Everything's pretty same, so it wasn't too big of an adjustment. Obviously the speed's a little different. The players are going to be a little bit better.
Sure.
Everybody's better.
Sure.
But getting into it wasn't any different. We work the same. Practices are the same. I think the biggest thing was just like preparation, meetings. We have way more meetings, off the field stuff like that was definitely different. But
right. Difference between college and high school. In high school, they work the meetings in and around your schooling.
Yeah.
And in college, you work your schooling in and around the meetings,
exactly.
right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so what's your near future look like then?
So, actually, I am going to be done after this semester for this year.
Okay.
And then I'm submitting my papers to serve a mission for my church.
Okay, great.
So I hope to be out around February.
Yeah.
The 1st of February, so then I can come back in 2 years, have a full spring, and be ready to go
Okay.
and play again.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Well, that sounds great. Have you been watching this game from the stands or the sideline? Where have you been?
I'm actually down behind the end zone with my
you're
dad
helping
on the
your
end zone
dad
cam.
run the end zone
Yep.
cam. So that gives a different perspective watching the game from the end zone. I would imagine, especially as a quarterback,
Yes.
watching patterns and things develop. I guess talk about what you've seen so far in this game and what you like about this year's version of the Knights.
I think this year they're a little more versatile. Last year, our quarterback wasn't so athletic.
Yeah,
so.
I've been told that. I mean, wait, those words have come out of my mouth even maybe.
Yeah. I don't think we were we couldn't do as many things, but I think this year they're just so special. You got Avery nobody can tackle Avery. He's a beast back there.
Defensively, he's made 2 plays that just amazing.
Crazy, yeah. And then Derek's just so versatile. He can run, he can throw, he can move, he sees everything. So I don't think if you can't bring him down, he's going to make a play. And I think he's done such a nice job seeing the field. You saw that one on the goal line down there.
Yeah.
He went empty, and he just saw middle of the field and hit it.
Yeah, I think that's a progression that he's made throughout the course of the season. Yeah. I think when you were here, that's one of your strengths is seeing the field, seeing the open guys, getting the ball out quick to them. Some of that, I think, is probably pre-snap read that you've been able to do, and this great vision.
I think a lot of times it was good receivers, too.
Well, sure. Give those guys credit. But at the same time, that's something that Derek has really turned up the dial as the season has gone on and gotten better and better and better at that. And then we're seeing a little bit here, more so than we have, his abilities with his feet, right?
Yeah.
So that's been great. The defense has been completely shut down on this undefeated Wildcats team. So that's great. We're getting some scoring updates. Linden Christian
49-18
beats
in the fourth
Tenino 49-18. Riverside and Eatonville back at it 14-3 early in the third quarter. And then last we knew, Kings had a 10-0 lead over Lakeside. So Linden Christian will play the winner of this Eatonville-Riverside game in the semifinals. And the winner of this game, I'm going to go on a limb and predict the Knights, are going to play the winner of that Kings-Lakeside, which is a 4 and a 5 seed matchup. That game will be the semifinal game next week. How do you like the odds for the Knights when you look at who's left in the field?
I think they've got a pretty good shot. We'll see. I don't know anything about Kings or Lakeside, but I do know a lot about Royal.
The Knights always have a puncher's chance,
well.
right?
Yeah.
At the very least. Ryan, any questions for Caleb before we let him go?
Nothing that you haven't covered.
I was going to call him Corbin on purpose just to keep him humble, But okay, well, hey, great to have you up here. Appreciate it. Your season ended short, but that means you've been able to watch a couple games of the Knights, right? And so we're glad to have you here and follow the Knights throughout the rest of this run.
Yep.
So
thank you, guys.
Thanks, Caleb. Thanks for coming up.
No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, and comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you achieve their goals on each acre. Start with a strong foundation with Invictus Seed Solutions. Protect your seed investment with Invictus Crop Care products and drive your yield potential with Invictus Bioscience products. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot Crop Advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions, in your fields and by your side.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out. Or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number one in the number two business.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
Calling all Knights fans. Royal City's newest restaurant, Guard Public House, invites you to come on in for great locally sourced, scratch-made food with everything from burgers to pizzas, salads, steaks, and more. Open daily at 11 a.m. for lunch and serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday evenings. Located 1 block south of Harvest Foods. Happy eating!
Get the best and let them do their thing. That's what the Knight football team and Roots full-service salon have in common. Whether you're building up a state championship team or creating a style that your client wants, it takes time, knowledge, and personality. All of our qualified stylists at Roots are committed to making you look and feel your very best. We offer an extensive hair menu, teeth whitening, spray tanning, customized facials, sugaring, waxing, barbering, lash extensions, Botox, filler, and nails. We can do it all. So come in, tell us your vision, and we guarantee you'll go home smelling much better than the Royal Knights football players do.
Okay, we're back. Finish up the Washington Fruit and Produce halftime show with some halftime stats. Again, thanks to Caleb for coming up, doing that interview with us, keeping us up to date on his whereabouts, and good to see him here supporting the Knights. A lot of them played with him in the last couple years and are moved on to be juniors and seniors and major contributors to this season's team. Toppenish Wildcats, things have not gone the way they had hoped. They came into the game riding a 16-game winning streak and an undefeated season and champs of the SCAC West, and they just have not been able to get much going. Due to sacks on the quarterback Perez, they end up with 12 rushes for negative 24 yards. That's unofficially, but 12 rushes for negative 24 yards. A little bit more luck through the air. I have them completing 8 out of 15 for 48 yards. And so 3 of those catches were to Perez. He's got 3 catches. I mean, not Perez, Grant. 3 catches for 17 yards. And then also Rivera's got 2 catches for 9 yards. They're the only guys with multiple catches. So just a struggled offensively to get things going for the Toppenish Wildcats. On the other hand, the Knights had no trouble keeping their offensive rhythm. They scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and another 4 touchdowns in the second quarter to get to this 49-0 halftime lead. On the ground, the Knights have had 18 carries for 139 yards and 4 touchdowns. 139 yards on 18 carries. Probably the only reason that average is a little bit low is short that field. They've been a lot of 1-yard and 3-yard touchdown runs, right?
Yeah.
Short field situation. Started out with the legs of Derek Bergeson. He had 7 carries for 46 yards, and he's got 2 rushing touchdowns for the Knights. And then Avery Ellis doing his job, keeping his 10-yard per carry average, 8 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. Eric Myrick also notches a touchdown on his 3 carries. Through the air, The Knights were a total of 11 completions out of 16 attempts. Derek Bergeson, 10 completions out of 15 attempts, because one of those was Avery Ellis on a sweep pass for 41 yards. So that's his first.
Is that what you call RPO?
Completion. Usually RPO. I don't know. I call it a great play by Luke to come up with that ball.
Yeah.
For sure. Luke Bergeson, 3 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown. And let's see, a touchdown also. Edgar De La Rosa, 3 catches for 21 yards. And multiple catches, 2 for 20, and a touchdown for Jace Allred. Gunnar Anderson, 2 catches for 31 yards, and had his hands on a few other ones.
Yeah, and he had his hands on an interception, too, that would have probably gone to pay dirt, but was not meant to be. So as the second half will get underway with the Knights kicking off to the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats deferred. They won the toss and deferred.
Taken right at the 15-yard line. I think that's Perez. Nope, that's Maldonado again. Boy, he's popped by. That's Justin Smith on the tackle. Great play by Justin to make his mark on the kickoff team.
Yeah, as a senior, some of these guys, they're making the most of their time on the field, coming up with some big special teams plays. Riverside looks like kicks another field goal midway through the third quarter. So Eatonville 14. Riverside 6. I'm afraid Riverside's going to have to score some touchdowns. I don't think field goals are going to do it, but they're keeping that game within reach.
Perez has the ball, sprints out to his left, thrown and caught by dropped right at the last second by Maldonado.
Jace Allred was there on the coverage, would have limited any yards after the catch, but Maldonado, I don't know if you heard footsteps or was thinking about turning upfield first.
He just kind of looked and said, well, should have caught that one, and hustles back to the huddle. Second down and 10. The ball is on about the 23-yard line of the Wildcats. 2 receivers left and right for them.
Grant up top in the slot.
Perez, play action, and he gets flushed, and Denton Jenks is going to get him as he gets forced in by Avery, and guessing that's Eddie Jimenez on the other side.
Avery turned him in but couldn't get him. And then Denton was right there for, we're going to call that an 8-yard loss.
We've had great pressure by those interior 3 guys on this game, and Toppenish, 0 pressure almost on Derek Bergeson.
Yeah, that's very true.
Great line play on this game.
Third down and 17. Ball on the 16.
Motion by Maldonado. He'll turn upfield.
They're going to keep throwing the ball.
He's going to get caught on the backside.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Was that Eddie coming out that backside?
No, it's Eric Myrick.
Eric Myrick from the safety.
Myrick chasing him down, and he was worried about the pressure coming from the front side, Avery Ellis and Denton Jenks. And Eric, while he was hesitating, Eric chases him down from the backside for another 7-yard loss.
And they will punt the ball
from their end zone.
Luke's going to have a chance at this one. Oh, he's going to fair catch it right about the 43. And he's probably he started swinging that arm fast, so I'm guessing he was told to catch.
Probably so. Cortez for the Toppenish Wildcats was right there, but fair catch. The Knights will take possession already on the Wildcat side of the field. And what changes are we going to see? Dylan Allred.
Dylan Allred in the quarterback.
I did it.
Well, the problem is this Derek Bergeson, too, as the quarterback.
Don't give me any excuses. Don't give me any excuses. Avery Ellis out of the game as well, so we're going to see some backups
Who's this Derek Allred you keep talking
about? I don't know. He's an amalgamation of people, I think.
Give to Myrick, who pops to the outside. Still on his feet into the 40. So he was hit at the line of scrimmage and being held down by big number 53, but he drug him forward out to the 39-yard line, a 4-yard gain, second down and 6.
4-yard gain, it's second and 6.
So we're going to see mostly some backups into the game. A few starters still in. Jace Allred.
We got line play
Gunnar
still
Anderson.
Pretty well. Team 1. Give to Myrick right up the middle, and he kind of twists and pirouettes his way through the tackle all the way down near the 35. They'll mark it at the 36. So it'll be a third down and about a short 3, even 2. No. We'll get that stick guy getting to where it's supposed to be. A third down and 3 left for the Knights.
Tackle by Bauer, who is actually the sack leader for the Wildcats.
Gates Jenks here in the near side. Play action. Dylan Allred keeps it right up the middle.
He's going to get the first down. He's going to get pushed forward. I think he had it anyways.
Where they let it. I think he had it, but they're moving the chains. So first down on the keep by Dylan.
He was on the 36, and they're going to spot the ball down to the 31, so 5-yard gain. Running clock. The Knights are just going to keep pounding the ball here and try to keep the ball out of the hands of the Wildcats. Yeah, still the starting offensive line. But starting
Knights
to swap
load the
out
near
some
side.
Other guys here.
Knights load up the right side. Play action
Inside
to the right.
handoff.
Inside handoff to Jace
Nice
Allred on the
move.
swing around.
Good block.
Great block, but they're going to call that
a
a penalty. They better call it a hold if they're going to call anything.
Call it a hold, but I don't like it. I don't like
it either. I don't like it as I look at it on the replay either, but it's coming back.
That was on the receiver, blocking on the far side. I thought he did a good job having control of him on the inside on the chest plate.
Nice run by Jace Allred.
The question always comes when that defender tries to pull away, how much of a tug is there?
It will roll it back to the 29-yard line on the penalty. Still first down, but first down and 8. We're talking about DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game. DAC Consulting man himself is here today.
All right.
I just saw him wander past.
Pitch out to Myrick. Some good blocking outside.
Wow. Bowls his way down inside the 20 for a first down.
Yeah, the ball was on the 29. See where they spot it.
First down.
I will throw a name out for DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game. Avery Ellis has made his presence felt here today.
Avery who?
His name's Avery Ellis.
Ellis, how do you spell that?
I don't know if you've been paying attention.
Well, let's talk about some of these defensive guys.
As the offense keeps the ball already wrapped the middle, has number 12 trying to drag him down from behind. That's Dakota Bauer. But he's going to get inside the 15 down to the 30. Well,
pick up
right at the
yards,
14-yard line, right in between. Second down and a short 6.
Denton Jenks has done a good job putting pressure on up front.
The defensive
making some
line
plays, getting a sack. That defensive line has played great. And on the backside,
Luke Bergeson, you got to throw that out there
has
too.
Been right in the hip pocket of those receivers. Elijah Jenks comes across and knocks a few balls down from his safety position.
I even want to throw out first half as this play develops. Quick throw on that outside on that screen. That's Elijah Jenks, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Elijah Jenks
from the 13.
Dylan Allred. I was going to say another player I want to make sure we recognize for this game's over is the senior Andon Delfaux in the first half defensively made his presence felt on the special teams.
Well, he's going to be our special teams player of the game for sure. Absolutely. Proud of these seniors, especially the ones that have stuck with it and don't necessarily get to see the field the way they would like to, but end up finding a way to contribute to this system.
And Toppenish trying to get there quick as jumped, and that'll roll that ball up a little bit closer to the goal line.
You might decline it. And just kick the extra point at this point.
And they did.
Eatonville goes up 21-6 over Riverside in the third quarter.
Angel Vega gets the kick away, and it's up and good. Sunset Springs scoreboard reads, what's that?
Going to have a penalty marker thrown late on a Toppenish player.
Yeah, I turned my head to the scoreboard, so I didn't see that. We got a running clock still going, but it's Knights 56, Toppenish 0. We'll be right back. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at CascadiaPreps.com.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Calling all Knights fans. Royal City's newest restaurant, Guard Public House, invites you to come on in for great locally sourced, scratch-made food with everything from burgers to pizzas, salads, steaks, and more. Open daily at 11 a.m. for lunch and serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday evenings. Located 1 block south of Harvest Foods. Happy eating!
So the unsportsmanlike penalty will take place on the kickoff. Move the ball from the 40-yard line all the way across the 50 to down to the 45-yard line is where the Knights will kick off from. So I imagine if he wants to, he can hammer it into the end zone.
Oh, it goes just in the end zone.
Do. So
can you punt? You can choose to punt that, can't you?
No, only after a
only
safety.
After safety. That's
only
the
after
rule.
A safety. Yeah.
So I'm going to say that would be a situation there where you might
get some airtime.
Get some airtime under the ball and try to pin them down close. Strategically in this game, that's not a factor, but
strategery has gone out the window.
Yep.
Minute and 10 seconds left. Clock counting here. Running clock situation. Knights up 56-0, and the defense just, hoping to preserve the shutout here, even though we got some number 2s in the game. Not all of them, but some of them. Oscar Cervantes looks like he's in at linebacker, as well as Andon Delfo. Justin Smith into the game. Number 87, Clinton Garnick into the game. Avery Ellis comes out. He's going to be replaced by number 7, Edgar De La Rosa, into the game, and I would imagine over the course of this drive and maybe the next one, you'll start to see all the Knights' defensive starters filter out as well.
Perez going to let it go down this far side, and the ball's there, and it's caught. Great play. Catch. Great catch by Rivera all the way down inside the Knight 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39.
There's a penalty marker, a holding penalty against Toppenish. Oh, no.
And Shane Rivera kind of puts his hands to the air and goes,
that's as close as I come to feeling sorry for an opponent.
And it was a great throw and catch, and it kind of just split the defenders, and it just fell right in his pocket like you talked about, but it's coming back from a holding penalty. It's a tough thing to come out second half and finish this game off, and
9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kings still have a 10-0 lead over Lakeside. They just went for it on 4th and 4 inside Lakeside territory and throw an incomplete pass. So Lakeside will get the ball back. 9 minutes to work with, but they've got to score twice. That penalty pushes them all the way back inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
Second down and forever. I'm supposed
to say second down and the Columbia River to go.
Got it. Quick pitch out to, I don't know if that's Grant or who that running back is.
Penalty flag on the play.
It's number 1.
Number 1 carrying the ball is Anthony Ozuna. And another penalty flag. And that's how this third quarter will end, with third and Columbia River coming up. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter. Knights lead 56-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners, from small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
Give some credit to this Toppenish fan base. They've stayed here, big crowd, and they've been cheering their guys on the whole time, regardless of the scoreboard. So you got to congratulate Toppenish on the season that they've had.
Really, the run that they've had.
The run that they've had. In the spring season, went undefeated up until now, and won their first playoff game in 31 years last week. So that's great for them. And the truth is, ooh, what's a catch? That's a catch, but it's a catch for a loss.
But
pressure coming.
Ozuna couldn't decide whether he ought to catch it or not.
Or knock it down. Yeah. It's going to bring up fourth down and long. You got to figure they're going to punt.
2-yard loss on that completion.
The truth is they do lose Jason Grant, and they lose a couple other guys. But for the most part, there's a lot of guys coming back.
Robledo, a senior. Dakota Bauer, a senior. Gonzalez and Mitchell, the linemen.
Seniors,
as well as Rocco Clark and Miguel Munguia. Haven't called his name today yet, so I haven't looked at that name. As long as Sampson, Soria, and Arredondo, all the seniors on this crew playing their last game.
But Perez, the quarterback, is just a junior coming back, 70% completion guy with over 2,300 yards passing. And Timmy Torres, number 28, 1,200 yards rushing, 7.5 yards per carry.
Rivera,
he's going to be back.
Rivera, junior, and
Rivera's a junior. Cortez, number 23, is a junior. Maldonado, number 3, is a junior. Their leading tackler, number 44, Ordaz, and number 67, Cripps, that plays both ways. 57, Luna, offensive lineman and linebacker. All those guys are juniors, so they'll be back next year. They'll make another run.
Dylan Allred at quarterback with Eric Myrick, his running back. 3 receivers wide up top. High snap, gets it down, give to Myrick. Weaves in and out, still on his feet. He gets about 4 yards after initial contact inside the 45-yard line to the 44. So
yeah, Sampson slowed him down a little bit, and then Grant helped make sure he stopped him, but not before he picked up 6 yards.
So the starting linemen are out for the game now. So Nick Santillan in there.
Excuse me.
For the Knights, number 71.
Juan Morales, number 71. See who else we can name.
Justin Smith at tight end on this near side.
53, Asher Garnick, the freshman at right tackle.
Give again to Myrick. Splits around the outside, gives a stiff arm, gets pushed out of bounds after a first down run.
Grant's got to be exhausted.
They'll mark it on the 36-yard line.
Almost every
He's
tackle.
Probably got 18 tackles in this game.
Oh, yeah. He's got a ton of tackles. That's an 8-yard gain. 8 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown for Myrick. Let's see, Cale Jinks in at receiver. Did we call him out already? Let's see who else is in there.
Hunter LaFrance.
52 at center.
Ashton.
52 is my good buddy.
I want to say Ashton,
Tito
but
Flores.
Asher. Quick pass on the cross to catch by Endon Delfo inside the 20-yard line. All the way down to the 17.
So that's going to be a 19-yard gain. And the truth is that Dylan Allred actually has a higher completion percentage than Derek does. Yeah. Coming in at backup and still playing against the varsity defense here of the Wildcats.
Asher Garnick at right tackle and number 52 in the game for the Knights.
That's Tito Flores.
Gustavo Flores.
Jared Lee in at running back with a short carry. Also into the game at left guard for the Knights, a senior, number 74, Edgar Hernandez. Peyton Livingston was in that last play.
He Bauer, comes out. They think scooped the ball up, but they had, I guess the call is I had my eyes away at the point of contact, but there's The referees are saying that that's not a ball on the ground.
Yeah, Jared
Fan
Lee was
base
the ball carrier.
wanted a score.
They're going to say he was down. But
Second
I'm
down
sure they do.
and 8.
Yeah,
it's got to be a false start for the Knights, as there's a lot of flexing going on.
Into the game at running back, standing next to Dylan Allred, his younger brother Lance Allred. Eatonville scores again. Eatonville 28-6 in the fourth quarter.
They're doing
over
what
Riverside.
I would expected them to do.
Slow start, but turning it on now here. Riverside's got the ball, throwing a desperate heave, and looks like that maybe even got intercepted. Eatonville may be running back another one for a touchdown, so Eatonville's going to survive and move on, knock out the number 7 seed Riverside.
Yeah, the expected
Lakeside
Eatonville
scores.
LC as the give to Jared. He's just trying to make sure he lives through this. Is their whole starting unit still there?
Actually.
That's Lance is trying to say he lives in.
Yeah.
He took his place.
Yeah, I looked down to see Eatonville pick off a Riverside pass, desperation pass, and run it back 34-6. We're going to call Eatonville the winners over Riverside. So far going scratch. The number 1 seed's going to win this game. The number 2 seed at Eatonville is going to win that game. Linden Christian, the number 3 seed, also won. And now the 4 and the 5 seed up for grabs. Lakeside scores a touchdown late. 5 minutes left. They're trailing Kings 10-7. Kings with the ball at their own 45-yard line.
Dylan sprints out to his left. He's going to float it to that corner. Oh, almost caught by Peyton Livingston off his hands at the 10, 11-yard line. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down.
We do
but
have
it
a
would have
whistle.
been down here close.
It's going to be lineman downfield. We're going to get a flag for a lineman downfield. Intended for Peyton Livingston. But we had a lineman get a little bit. You usually get a yard and a half, 2 yards. Boy, you get around that 3-yard range beyond the line of scrimmage. If you're a lineman, an ineligible receiver, they're going to throw that flag, and you're going to get a 5-yard penalty. Even though there's 5.5 minutes left in our game and 4 minutes left in that Lakeside Kings game, I think we're going to finish before them because we're in the running clock. So let's start talking about
Performance Tire Performer
of the Game and the DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game. And I'm going to go unconventional here. I'm actually going to go Luke Bergeson, Defensive Player of the Game. That's my nomination.
Yeah,
that coverage he had deep, sitting in that guy's pocket every time, took away the deep passing game. Just completely took it away. You feel free to nominate somebody else.
Can a player win offensive and defensive player of the game? Because Luke certainly needs to be mentioned
116 yards
in the same discussion. But let's talk about some of the other players offensively that stand out. Obviously, Derek Bergeson had several touchdowns on the ground and certainly some through the air.
10 for 15 for 163 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. And he also had, through the air, he also had 7 carries for 46 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So let's nominate him on the offensive side.
Pretty sure Derek's your man there.
And, it really comes down to me on the defensive side. It comes down between Avery and Luke. I think those are the guys that made key plays that and so I could go Avery too. I could go either way.
Eyes up here. We've got a field goal attempt about to happen. This is always momentous for the Knights, as this is a good high kick and up and good.
Hey, soccer coach has got to like that.
Angel Vega with let's see, the ball was, so it's probably about a 38-yard, 39-yard. I didn't see where they placed the ball, but a near 40-yard field goal for the Knights to push that Sunset Spray scoreboard to the Knights 59, Toppenish Wildcats 0. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights. Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk. for one of the world's greatest companies, Darigold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
Now, this is the compromise I want to offer you. Avery Ellis will get the rock solid hit of the game.
He does. He already has it.
And then I nominate Luke as a defensive back for defensive player of the game.
Sounds good to me.
Vegas kick to Maldonado.
Deep down to the 10-yard line, Maldonado crosses across the backside. Jared Lee, or it's 33. Yeah, 33 is Jared Lee.
He chases
and
him,
he chases
but ultimately
him on the
it's
outside.
Oscar Cervantes.
Oscar Cervantes, number 34, brings him down.
Middle linebacker of the future for the Knights.
Out to the 21-yard line is where they'll start this possession.
Under 5 minutes left in the game. Running clock. We'll see if they press and try to put some points up here and throw some stuff deep, or you're still going to get these varsity or these starters in.
And I said it before, the offensive line for the Knights gave Derek all kinds of time today, and so they need to be commended for that. And the defensive front three put all kinds of pressure on
Grant
Perez.
with the double pass.
Double pass.
They run this on film. It's a double pass every time.
And he's caught it. Is he going to get caught?
He's going to get
Hunter
caught.
LaFrance catches
brings him down.
So they'll get all the way into Knight territory down inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they run that every time Grant goes in motion and circles behind the quarterback. It's always a backwards pass for a double pass. I've seen it on film. They put it on film a lot. But they're in with the number 2s and 3s here on the defensive side for the Knights. So they get the big gain. I think it was Maldonado was the receiver. Pulls them out of the risk of potentially ended up with negative yards in the game.
They fake that pass to the back and flick it over the top to Rivera.
Yeah, he's chopped down after a short gain. No yards after catch.
Caden
Allred, number 8, the sophomore, into the game, makes the stop, brings up 2nd down and 3.
7-yard gain.
Ball placed at the 26-yard line.
They have virtually gone away from the run almost completely, even though they got a guy with 1,200 yards rushing on the season.
Motion across the backfield. They will give to him double pitch, and then they're looking to throw, or he can run it, and he chucks it deep, and they got a man, and it's picked. Oh, comes down. Hunter LaFrance had a chance to have that in his hands, but he knocks it down, falls incomplete. Good end coverage on that play.
Yeah, there are a couple Knights there thinking they were going to get a hand on the ball. LaFrance cutting underneath as a safety was the first one, but then nobody's able to secure it. It goes to the ground. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short. Perez a little dinged up on that throw, and but he's waving off his backup from coming in and replacing him. He wants to finish this game, and you can't blame him.
26-yard line.
Two and a half minutes left, and Kings still has the ball and a 3-point lead over Lakeside.
Perez gets pressure. He does avoid it to the left side. He's going to keep it and get the first down and get forced out of bounds inside the 20-yard line for a fresh set of downs.
Number 87, Clinton Garnick, nose guard, with show some athleticism there and takes him out of bounds.
The field announcer called a flag. I didn't see where it's at.
It's the side judge way on the night side. So I didn't see what happened or what they saw there.
They're going to wave it off.
Waving it off. I didn't see what it was. Side judge wasn't confident. The umpire said, I didn't see it. The referee says, let's wave it off. Keep that clock running. Under 2 minutes. The last thing remaining to be seen here is this backup defense going to be able to hold the Toppenish starters out of the game. No, they put them on the wrong side.
Motion across the backfield. They kind of do a fake direct snap. Does go to Perez. Completes it out to Maldonado on the far side. End to Defoe. brings him to the ground near the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Delfaux does a great job scraping out as that linebacker and getting to him, bringing him down.
He kind of got landed on. He's
I'd say he brought him down in bounds to keep the clock running, but it's a running clock
running
regardless.
Clock, yeah.
It's going to be...
So they hustle up to the line with about a minute left.
Down to the 11-yard line. Wildcats hoping to put a touchdown up here.
Perez gets flushed.
Get to him.
And he's going down. And that's
Bennett Brown is going to get credit for the sack. It's going to be another big loss.
Delfaux back there and Clinton Garnick back there as well.
Well, and you got to give credit for this coverage on the backside.
Yep.
Because he was looking, and then finally just had to melt as the defense was collapsing on him.
30 seconds left. Third down and long. Trying to get something.
Keep that pressure
gets
coming.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's on his feet still. Turns inside. Perez slides down. He's going to come up short of the first down, but they kind of have time if they hurry to get one more play off.
They'll call a timeout.
And they'll call a timeout.
Boy, I don't know. He's a guy that has a tendency to preserve and slide a little bit. But at this point in the game, we're trying to score a touchdown with 16 seconds left. Third down and some open field. I'm not sure I slide at that point, but there's going to be probably one play left here. It's going to be fourth down and about 3. Ball's going to be spotted at the 13-yard line. So they're going to try to see if they can put some points on the board here late for their own satisfaction. But the Knights going to win this one going away.
This broadcast will not go next week. We will talk about that as well. Those of you Knight fans that are familiar with semifinals and finals.
So the NFHS network owns the rights to broadcast the semifinals and finals of the WIAA state championships for all classifications. What we're trying to do is weasel our way into the headsets for the semifinals at least next week. We don't know when that game will be played, day or time or opponent. In the past, we've been able to play them in Moses Lake, but nothing is etched in stone. Going to be a
double
reverse
flip,
here.
And they're going to chuck it deep, and
he's
it's
wide
got a man open, but he's not going to score. Not going to score. Get driven out of bounds.
Flag. Oh, we got a little action going on here. Maldonado shoves Lane Smith. There's a penalty marker. We'll see if that's on the offense or the defense.
The game
if it was
can
a late
end on the offense.
It could have been a late hit on the quarterback, or it could have been a holding penalty, and there should have been some sort of unsportsmanlike on that shove late by Maldonado.
Regardless, they
Smith.
didn't get the score. Grant got forced out of bounds about the 2-yard line.
They would still have one more play if it was a
defensive penalty. The game can end on an offensive penalty, cannot end on a defensive penalty.
So we're going to see what they decide. Has absolutely no bearing on the outcome of the game as far as who wins and loses.
So a personal foul.
Roughing the
passer on the defense. So they will have one more play.
Roughing the passer penalty against the Knights.
Yeah, he didn't score. He got down to the 2 or 3, right? So instead,
they're going to say put 8 or 9 seconds. They're going to put
8 seconds on the clock, and it's going to go half the distance. So it'll be the 6.5-yard line, first and goal, with 8 seconds left. Reasonably, with 8 seconds, you could run two plays
with
if you
timeout.
were quick with the first one and used your timeout. So this is fun.
Yeah, a little bit of excitement. But you'll be wanting to look to the NFHS network next week to watch the Knights in action.
Now, that's a subscription service, but you can do it by the month. And I think it's like 10 or 11
cancel
bucks.
It immediately.
And then cancel it. Yeah, cancel it. The NFHS will have the semifinals and the finals. So hopefully that means the Knights will play 2 more games and they'll be played on the NFHS network.
A little trick I've learned over the years is to buy that subscription and immediately cancel it because you get your 30 days.
You still get your first 30 days even though you've canceled it, right?
And I can't tell you how many Knight fans I've talked to over the years that realize in a heavily laden
they end up having
credit
it all
card,
year long.
They realized down the road that doggone thing was still charging them 6 months down the road.
Kings gets the ball all the way inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line with 51 seconds left. It looks like they have a chance to hold on here. Don't know how many timeouts Lakeside has left, but It looks like Kings is going to barely hold on with a 10-7 win and move on to play the Royal Knights next week. That means they'll be traveling from Seattle next weekend on Thanksgiving break.
8 seconds left with their whole offensive line in tight, trying to wedge their way in. We're going to see if the little guys can keep them out. Perez takes the snap, turning, hands it to.
He's going to get in.
He's going to get in.
He's going to get in.
Second.
And that gives their fans, I suppose, something to cheer about. So I think what they did is decline that penalty because he got knocked out of bounds on the 1. So I think they declined that penalty. Otherwise, it would have been on the 6-yard line, half the distance. Penalty flag. Are you serious? What's the flag?
Oh, no.
Unsportsmanlike against Toppenish. So the touchdown will still count.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul.
It's a dead ball foul. There's been a couple unsportsmanlikes late in the game here against the Wildcats. Having a hard time reconciling the outcome of this game.
A rousing round of applause by the Knight players for that score.
Yeah, so the Knights are going to win this. And game over. Looks like the Kings-Knights hold on. So we'll have the Knights against the Knights.
The second time we faced them.
In 2015, we played Kings in the
finals.
Tacoma Dome in the championship game. Came away with a win that game. Caden Jinks was the quarterback that year. And
everybody piled up on his shoulders. And
well, and if you remember right, Joe Lang had a huge
game.
Pick 6 to seal the deal in that game. So Knights have a winning history against the Kings Knights. And it looks like they'll be moving on to play the Knights. We won't know Sunday, I believe. No, it'll be known before that.
Long extra point on the penalty. So this is set up on the 25-yard, so a 35, and they're going to have to go for 2, and he's going to lose the ball. The Knights cannot return it. So
you can't
advance it,
but that's
had it. He wanted to run it back, but you can't do that in high school. So that's how this game's going to end.
No, there's still 2.8 seconds left.
Oh, there is.
They're going to have to squib kick something.
Interesting.
So what we don't know is location, day, time, but now we do know it'll be against the Kings Knights. Kings got here by beating Zilla 28-14. It was 14-14 at the half, and they had 2 late touchdowns to win that game. And, nobody talked about Kings coming into this season really very much. And they were undefeated up until their last Week 10 game. They played a 2A school, got beat, recovered from that, beat Zilla, and now they beat Lakeside, the number 4 seed. So they're the number 5 seed, the only one that was the lower seed to win this weekend in the 1A classification. And that game will hopefully be played in Moses Lake. I guess there's a chance it could be Wenatchee. And if our coaching staff has anything to say about it, it'll be at the same time as this week and last week.
Yep.
And but we'll try to let you know what's going on there and let you know if we're going to be able to be on the NFHS network broadcast to be able to put the headsets on and bring that game to you. You'll have to subscribe at least for 1 month if you want to catch that game. But if you subscribe and get that game next week and the Knights win, it would also include the following week. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to the effort the Knights have put forth for the convincing 59-6 victory over the previously undefeated Toppenish Wildcats.
And they'll kick it.
It's going to go
out of bounds. I don't know. Luke's going to.
He's going to step out of bounds.
In.
That's not Luke.
It's not Luke.
That's either
shaped like Luke, but that's probably
Case
Christensen picked that up, and that's how this game's going to end. With the Knights winning convincingly over the Toppenish Wildcats by a score of 59-6. It's been a great year. Listen in next week on NFHS and keep your eyes on social media to see game day and time. You've been watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.